Hi everybody, this is another Blackboard help movie. Today it's about adding the new students to our section to our Blackboard courses, gradebook in particular. So this is my group for this semester, and you can see over the spring break, Amal, Miriam, Nisreen, and Nuf were added to my class, and it's obvious because there are no gradebook scores entered. So with this email, you received 4 Excel files. Nuf, I know, came from the course taught by Shaila, which is section 8, and that's the one I've opened right here. So looking at this section, I can find Nuf's score right here, or her name, and looking across, it's very easy. This is the manual import part. So Nuf got a 68 on listening and a 73 on reading. So, looks like the order is a little bit backwards here, so be careful. So, reading 73, listening 68. Okay, let's have a look at what her grammar 1 score was. Grammar 1, it looks like she got an 89. And vocabulary 1, Nuf got a 67. Okay, so that's all very straightforward. Now, for most of us, if our students have come from Stefan's class, Tony and Paul's class, or Gus and Tiffany's classes, the other 8% is pretty much just Road to IELTS at this point, which is very straightforward. There are some other instructions in the email if that isn't true for you. Shaila's, on the other hand, are a little different because she did not do Road to IELTS, but she did do a reading log. So if we look here, this is Shaila's course, and you see the only other 8% grade is this one called reading test. So my student got a 93 on that reading test, and to make things as uncomplicated as possible, this student did not do Road to IELTS and she did the reading test, so I am just going to assign her a grade. Oh, let me enter her writing score first. Writing, she got a 72.5 apparently. So 72.5 in writing, which means at the moment she's getting a 72.5 in the class, but she did very well on this other activity for Shaila and Aisha. And where I'm going to put that is way over here where we've got Road to IELTS scores. So Nuf did not do Road to IELTS. So I'm going to edit the column name. And I'm going to say Road to IELTS or reading test for Nuf only. So this may confuse my students a little bit, but I'll explain it to them. Okay, just want to see if this column name was updated. Yeah, you can see right underneath there it's got a new name even though it doesn't fit in the box. And then here I'm going to do the same thing. And I'll inform my students the reason for that is that Nuf didn't do that. And then her score, well, she's going to blow everybody away because my section didn't do very well on Road to IELTS, whereas Nuf benefited from 93% on her test. So again, we're doing this as fairly as possible to the student moving in. Of course, one of my students got 100% on Road to IELTS, so Nuf didn't get the chance to get that 100%, but she's got these 2 scores in. Going forward, Nuf did not start with mReader, but she will be required to do the next 2 Road to IELTS with my class, and her mReader score will be modified, reflecting the fact that she only had half a semester to get her mReader word count up. So I'm not going to make any changes to my gradebook other than renaming those columns and entering Nuf's score twice, because essentially Road to IELTS in my class I had 2 entries before spring break, and Nuf had 1 reading test. So I'm just going to put this in twice. So her reading test is now equally weighted to the 2 Road to IELTS that my students did. Doesn't matter what Shyla's plan was. Nuf's now in my class, so that's the way that we're going to move forward. So now Nuf is all complete, and like I said, my other students, it's much more straightforward. Nisreen and Miriam have both joined my section from, let me get this straight, I'm pretty sure they came to me from Andrew and Stefan's class. So let me just look here quickly. Nisreen is right there, and it looks like they had 3 Miriams, so I'm going to have to find out which Miriam I have. 201300891 and 2013. Yep, this is the Miriam that joined my section. So I'm just going to highlight Miriam and Nisreen to make sure I keep them straight. I'm going to shrink this down so that I can see it all more easily. And go back to Blackboard here. Excuse me. And I'm going to move this over so I can see both my Excel sheet and Blackboard at the same time. And here we go. Miriam, CCA Reading 1. Looks like okay, here's the column. CCA Reading 1, Miriam got a 60%, and Nasreen got a 100%. Okay, wow. I inherited one very good student, it looks like. The next exam was the grammar test. Grammar 1, Miriam got a 76, whereas Nisreen got an 80, and so forth. Okay, so that one's very straightforward. For these two also, because Stefan and Andrew had the same plan for the most part as me, we've got Road to IELTS scores for them. For number 1, Road to IELTS number 2, and that's it. Okay, oh, I also need to enter ISP scores for all my students. Okay, that's the plan for now.